This is Aaron Blanding, coach of the East Panthers, and he has a pretty interesting connection to a Penn State guy that we're just getting to know, Joe Moorhead.
Yes.
Tell us about Chase Edmonds and how he grew into that offense and how it was good for him, because it certainly was.
And also how Joe got him up there.
It was actually, I mean, it happened pretty quickly. They were, Coach saw his film, and I think he told you he only saw saw him on film one time on Huddle, and thought he was perfect for his offense.
And he's 5'8", 5'7",
yes,
smallish, so he was perfect for there.
Right. He's a little scat guy, a little wiry guy, and Coach thought that he would fit perfectly in his offense. And Chase watched him a couple of times. He's like, oh, I like that.
Now, so you watched a lot of Joe's offense,
Yes,
I assume,
yes,
right?
Yes.
How do you think this is going to fit into Penn State? The bigger guys, it's a different system for Penn State for sure, not necessarily for James.
Penn State's never used it ever in their history.
No.
The RPO offense, the spread, and all that. How do you think it'll work up there?
I think it'll work well because, Barkley's a bigger back than Chase. So, I mean, you get more touches that way. He can use them a lot more. You look at Chase, he was a smaller guy going in, and you worry a little bit about, him taking a pounding and things like that. But, with a back like Barkley, he can go and be an every down back.
What are the defining principles of that offense where you look at it when you're watching on TV or if you're watching in person, Aaron, where it's working?
Well, when you get 3-4 yards of carry, and you get 3-4 yards of carry, and then you pop one for 60, and it's kind of a grinding. But then, when you try to load the box, then they can go outside of you. So you're always guessing. You're always guessing.
What is Joe Moorhead like as a recruiter and a communicator? What would you say about his personality? Because that's a big part of getting kids to come to your school, and he's going to have to do that at Penn State. It's one thing to have a great offense. He's got to sell the program and what he's trying to do.
Right. Well, he's a great communicator, and that's one thing that Chase loved about him. He made the phone calls. He came, had dinner, saw him in person, different things like that. And one of the big things that Chase said was he was honest with him. He said, I'm going to give you an opportunity to fight for something. And Chase said, that's all I want was an opportunity. And, he got there, and Coach, he was true to his word, gave him an opportunity, and that was big with Chase with loyalty.
I think maybe people were a little worried that not much FBS experience, some for Joe, but as a recruiter, is he going to be able to handle this, because it's an upgrade and it's more work and a lot of talking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, if you're true to your word and you're an honest guy, like Coach is, kids will see that. And there's not a lot of fluff around what he says, and I think that's where recruiting will come in. Penn State's going to sell itself, and then when you have someone who says you're going to get a shot and come in as a freshman and play, and I'm going to be true to my word. If you work hard, you're going to get what you earn.
Aaron,
that's the kind of guy he is.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thanks for
Thanks,
coming
Aaron.
in.
You're welcome.
A
Thank
pleasure.
You. Thank you.